So, hello all. The next topic, the fourth topic in the series is that the inspiration for creativity springs from the effort to look for the magical in the mundane. So, as we know, we all know that inspiration for creativity, it can come from multiple. It can come through multiple ways, right? Through observation, through maybe good contacts, seeing some proper creative acts. We can become creative. So it can be. But this essay is focusing on one particular aspect in which the creativity can stem from. That is when we look at the mundane things in our day-to-day life. What is mundane things? Mundane things are something like what is very common in our day-to-day life. So if we have that deep vision to look at the mundane things as something which is not so common. Generally we think that it is very common thing and we ignore it, but there will be certain as the essay calls it, magical things in the common aspects. So that can give create some creative instincts. So that is the topic which is trying to hint at. So inspiration for creativity, it springs from the efforts to look for the magical. You have to look for that magical thing in the mundane, in the common aspect. So by close scrutiny we will ultimately realize that magical aspect. So why is it calling magical? Because it has that potential to transform. That's what the essay is trying to do. So let us look at the analogy, essay, etc. So creativity is the heartbeat of human existence. So the driving force behind art, science, and innovation. Right. So humans are creative due to their innate curiosity, etc. We try to create new things, right? So it is the wellspring from which all human progresses flow. Ultimately, we have seen that from the ancient times till now, humans have been creative in the whatever pursuits we do, and that is why we are seeing new things. So, yet the source for inspiration for the creativity is often elusive. It's a mysterious force that emerges from most unexpected places. You never know from where the creativity has stemmed from, right? So that this essay is hitting at that particular aspect where creativity can also stem from the daily common observations. Only thing is we should have that eye to see that uncommon thing, which the essay calls it magical. So by delving into the ordinary aspects of life and uncovering the hidden beauty, we can unlock the limitless potential of our imagination. So this is the key topic, a core component of this essay, that there is a certain hidden beauty which is surrounding us in our day-to-day life, and we fail to look at it just because of our own, we can say maybe short-sighted biases or limited perspectives. Only when we have that enhanced vision to see the magical in the mundane, that can give rise to a creativity. That's what essay is talking about. So through a journey that celebrates the profound in every day, we will discover that creativity knows no bounds. So creativity lies in our day-to-day things. This is what the essay is hitting at. Again, a very relevant topic considering the day-to-day aspects also. So the first thing aspect we can talk about is seeing the extraordinary in the ordinary, right? So to find inspiration for creativity in the mundane, one must cultivate the ability to see the extraordinary in the ordinary, right? So there is something we must cultivate, this ability to see the extraordinary, in the ordinary. This perspective shift allows us to recognize the hidden wonders that surround us daily. So we don't realize the value of certain things when it is surrounding us, right? For it can be a simple example as the value of parents when they are surrounded by us. So they are like hidden gems. They act as simple backbones in our daily life, but sometimes we fail to recognize the worth of it, right? So it's like a hidden wonder that surrounds us daily life. So the one famous writer writes that the real voyage of discovery consists not in seeking new landscapes but in having new eyes, right? So it is this aspect, not new landscapes but new eyes. What is the vision that I can develop? That is the core component of this essay. So in this vein, the everyday can transform into a canvas upon which we paint the vivid colors of our imagination, right? So a simple famous example from the Indian context for this is the Raghurajpur village in, I think, Odisha. So this village is simply called the artistic village itself. So if you can Google the images of this village, you can find that how artistic this village is. So the village of Raghurajpur in Odisha, nestled amidst serene landscapes and simple village life, it has become a hub for artistic, creativity. So local artisans, they're inspired by their surroundings. They paint, vivid murals, craft intricate again, Patachitra is very famous Odisha's paintings, and create exquisite, sculptures. So this is what this village is known for. They see the extraordinary in the ordinary, right? And that is through which, and they portray it through such simple art forms. So through their lens, the mundane village life becomes wellspring of artistic inspiration, so drawing admirers and collectors from around the world. So this is one live example from the villages of India, how creativity can be found from the surroundings. And why can we find this? This is through some mindful observation, right? So we have to be very mindful and observing. Mindful is what? Mindfulness is being in the present. It's neither being in the future, not being in the past. So sometimes we're so engrossed in the future or so worried about the past that we fail to see the present. So that is where this topic is trying to hit at. The creativity often begins with a deep mindful observation of the world around us, right? So when we immerse ourselves in the present moment and truly engage with our surroundings, the ordinary takes a new depth and significance. So only when we are in the present, we will be able to appreciate the beauty, appreciate the value of the present times we are living in, right? So as John Keats wrote, a thing of beauty is a joy forever. So this beauty can be found in the most common place of objects and experiences. But what happens is man in the search for because of the not so controlled aspect of senses, we keep searching it, but it is within us. That's what the entire scriptural knowledge is about. And the simple example for this is about street photography, right? The street photographers, they capture the essence of this concept. So armed with the camera, they explore the bustling streets of Indian cities, capturing candid moments of life. So in these ordinary scenes, they find profound narratives, compelling emotions, and stunning visuals. So that's why street photography sometimes stands out, because it is not so it is done at as the life unfolds, as the commonalities take place. So that's why these visuals appear more realistic, more compelling, right? So because the emotions are something which is what makes humans beings special. So through their lenses, the mundane becomes extraordinary, and creativity flourishes. So so the metaphorical magic in mundane is something which we can next look about. For example, another facet of finding inspiration in the mundane is the use of metaphorical thinking. So by drawing parallels between everyday and the extraordinary, we can infuse our creative endeavors with depth and meaning. So once we fixate our mind that in the everyday life there is something extraordinary, then we'll try to gather more depth in whatever things we are doing, right? It can be simple act of mindful eating, mindful food habits, right? So just because we are living in a fast food culture doesn't mean we have to consume the food very fast, right? So the aspect of people enjoying the food itself has been lost in the current time. So the mundane serves as a fertile ground for metaphors that ignite our imagination. For example, Rolf Waldo Emerson says that nature always wears the colors of the spirit. So this profound insight reminds us that even the most mundane aspect of the natural world can be seen as a reflection of our inner self. So it is just that it's my perception. The reality is how I perceive. So my perspectives depends on what I see. So that's why a famous quote says that beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder, right? So a thing which is beautiful for one person may not be so beautiful for the other, because his perspective of seeing it is different. Some might be seeing from a very short term perspective, others will be seeing from a very mature perspective. A simple walk in the woods can spark a cascade of creative ideas as we draw parallels between growth of trees and the evolution of our ambition. So this is one aspect. And then we talk about how we, since creativity happens, then that gives rise to unlocking innovations through the daily activities we do. For example, A routine often associated with mundane can be wellsprung of inspiration for creativity. So when we engage in the repetitive tasks or rituals, our minds are freed from the cognitive demands of decision making, right? So when we're doing something repetitively, there's no it becomes second nature. So this mental space allows us for unexpected insights and innovative thinking to flourish. A simple example, it's a very practical example also of the chai walas in India. We see that chai walas every day, I mean, every corner of the country has different types of chai walas, and every tea which they make is so different. So it may be to the local culture, the person making it gives a different, tinge altogether. So the process involves boiling. I mean, this is the making of tea. While seemingly mundane, this activity, this routine, has given birth to countless innovations. Right? We know that some people are so famous that we go in search or for their specialties, right? So chai walas across India experiment with new combinations. So in the mundane, they're trying to experiment and serve their concoctions and in innovative ways. So what starts as a simple everyday act becomes a canvas for culinary creativity. That's how street foods, etc., are so much famous, because they keep experimenting with the mundane, right? So the conclusion, simple conclusion, can be that in the pursuit of creativity, we must embrace the idea that inspiration can emerge from the most ordinary aspects of life. This is the best part, that we don't have to look somewhere far, very far, for inspiration. We just have to look within and look around. That's it. That is what the essay in essence is all about. So by seeking the magical in the mundane, we unlock a world of creative potential. So through mindful observation and metaphorical thinking, and even the routines of daily life, we can transcend the ordinary and infuse our work with the extraordinary depth and meaning. So that's what the core essence of the topic is. So as we reflect on the rich tapestry of creativity in India, from vibrant streets of, again, summarizing the topic, Rajput to chaiwalas, humble stalls, we find evidence of this principle in action. So creativity knows no bounds, and it is our task to tap into the vast resource by looking beyond the surface. Again, don't just look at the surface. It's just like judging a book by its cover. Don't just do such things. Go in depth and observe. That's what the topic is trying to hint. So in conclusion, let us approach life with fresh eyes. Again, for this, we should be very open. A person should be having open mindset. That's what mindfulness is all about. Fresh eyes and an open heart, for it is in the effort to find magical in the mundane that we discover the true wellspring of creativity. So, in doing so, we can harness the limitless power of human imagination and create a world that is as extraordinary as it is the ordinary. So, I would like to add some more examples, like when we talk about in history also, the Raja Ravi Verma's paintings, how simple it was, how traditional attires I used to paint, and that such paintings gathered uh, because of its simplicity. Ultimately, the topic is also in a way hinting towards the simplistic aspect. Simplicity is said to be the ultimate sophistication, right? So that is also in a way, this topic is also hinting at. So that is it for this again very simple but effective topic in daily life. That inspiration for creativity can spring from the effort to look for the magical in the mundane.